Yo, 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 yo. You're now rocking with Stay Connected TV. Stay connected. So listen, this whole situation between Latto and Vvsnce, I think it's silly. I think it's crazy. But I seen everybody else posting about it and addressing it on their platforms, and I just felt like, it touched home a little bit. It did touch home a little bit. You got Latto over here saying that, I mess with up and coming artists, you know what I mean? I want to be a blessing to them by giving them the feature. Well, you got Vvsnce over here, I think she's falling into that, new and up and coming artist or whatnot. And somehow they were supposed to do a song together. The song was presented to Latto. Latto obviously didn't want to do the song for whatever reason or not. Let me tell you my opinion on this. I feel like if you don't want to do a feature with someone, don't do it. Get on the phone, call that person, and give them the respect of saying, hey man, I think your song is lame as hell. I do not want to do this song. Do you have another song that maybe we can, collaborate on that'll be more down my alley? Or, listen, the way you look, I don't like your appeal. I don't think that we can win together. Say something. Keep it 100. If you don't want to work with somebody, nobody's begging you to work with them. Some people have ulterior motives when it comes to this whole, working with each other thing. And it's crazy because a lot of times you have people that's close to you that you really, really, really want by your side, or you want them to pop just like you gonna pop, or you know what I'm saying, you may need that little boost to get your name out there. And these people actually recognize that you're talented. Not only are you talented, you're super talented. So now fear sets in. It's like, okay, I'm not really out there yet. I'm just starting out, or I'm just doing this, or I'm in this lane. This person might actually pop before I pop. Man, I have had in the last 2 years about 8 different songs, paperwork and receipts in my email accounts, all of my doggone DMs, messenger accounts, whatever, emails, whatever. I've got of guys that either have done music with me or said they wanted to do music with me, or in most cases, I've already put up the money for a song to be copywritten, mastered, bought the beat, and in some cases, I've already written the hook, put my verse on, and sent the song over, got the song fully done, and there's been no release of the music. I'm not a guy that's gonna hate on anybody's project, man. I love that there are artists out there on the underground level that are pushing hard, man. Even when we don't have that money to keep the campaign rolling, or even when we don't have the money to start that campaign, so that we can just shove this music down everybody's throat and keep, as they say, put the foot on their neck. Even when you don't have that one collaboration that you do with somebody could push you over the top, or it could take you to the next level. It may get you the exposure that you need. I'm from a country town, and it's always this crab in the bucket mentality. Like, You're trying to get up out that bucket, so you extend that claw and you almost there, but then you end up falling down back in the bucket. Usually, you fall down back in the bucket because it's karma hitting you. You know, that karma has got a boomerang effect to it. You should never, ever, 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 ever play with somebody's money and their time. You should never, ever, 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 ever come to somebody's home where their wife and kids reside and you step into that person's studio who has invited you into their personal space only for you to be a fake or green or whatever you guys call it. But the shit is lame as hell. To befriend somebody just for likes, just for views, just because you think that that person has something that you may need to get to the next level, or you feel like you can win, but then when you get into the situation and you start hearing other outside opinions, or you start hearing this person say this or that person say that, you don't want to work together no more. I think it's best that you just be a man about it or a woman about it, man. Bring everything to the forefront and let that person know what it really is. Here it is. We got so many gangsters and so many people that swear they're 100%. That ain't 100. When you make a connection with the person, that connection is supposed to be, a long-term connection. An avenue that when I need to go down this path again, I can always reach back into my Rolodex, iPhone, whatever, and reach to this contact and say, hey, man, let's run it up again. Let's run it up again. Those are the type of contacts that you want to create, not the type of contacts where you pull up on somebody and they done robbed you for half of your project. You don't put money down on a project and the other person don't want to come through what they have. You don't put money down on a project, but somebody else that got into their ear or that person's ear, and now they don't want to do the song. Look, I have had friends that have had enemies, and we've even got hit by the same person. And I've personally said that your experience with this person is not my experience with this person. I had to go through it myself. Once I went through it myself and I got the same results, yeah, that's different. Now you can come back and say, hey, you know what, bro? You were right. Or sometimes you might just be able to take that experience and be like, okay, well, I'm going to check that out. It sounds a little sketchy to me, especially if it's somebody telling you that they really care about you or whatnot. But just for the sake of Stay Connected TV, I always want the most positive outcome for everybody viewing me today. Because the bag doesn't stop when you drop a feature. I told y'all the other day about that old guy Cedric, same name as mine, a barber, right, from Mississippi, man. He told me, hey, you can get 30 no's, but man, we looking for that one yes. Just that one yes. If you want to do an interview, let's run it. We can do the interview. But if you get turned down 30 times, I ain't tripping. Because my platform is going to be big enough. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. There is a specific time and a specific place. There's also a specific season for everybody to grow. Not only to grow, to mature, and to start going into what your purpose is or why you're here on this earth. You will be able to win. But I think you might get there quicker if you were to keep it 100 from the grip. And that's just any artist out there if you heard anything of mine that you like, okay, man, I like this guy's style. Even though he old head, you know what I'm saying? He's speaking something positive. He's doing something positive. yo, that's cool, man. That's cool. I mess with that and I appreciate the love. Anybody that ever did anything with and we actually went full course on the project, you know I'm about business. When I show up to the scene, I'm going to have the bread. After the scene, I'm going to have the other half of what we need. If you say you want a verse done, I ain't going to see you no garbage bag. Period. I ain't going to see you no garbage bag. I got songs with people, man, that I sent the verse back to, and they done went back and recorded their verse because they like, okay, well, you know, my verse don't sound like dog verse. Man, I've been doing this for 20 years. I just now decided to start getting serious with it, like in the middle of last year. And I still ain't really serious about it because I've got stuff in the archives that I can throw out there today or tomorrow. I put some of my weakest stuff out there, just some of my freestyle stuff. And there's people on the radio that's got videos on YouTube that's got less views than mine, like straight up. I rock under a different system, man. When he says ready and he says my time, I'm rolling with that. Because I already done been through the ins and outs of the streets, man. There is no love out here in these streets. Everybody's out for self. But me, with Stay Connected TV, listen, I'm out to help those that are coming up for real, for real. If you got a project that you need put on a platform, if you need an interview done, if you need to get yourself out there, hey, I'm starting out from the ground too, man. I'm only like, 40-some videos in from 2 months ago, you know? And ain't stopping. You know, you got to get these times. You got to get these algorithms down. You got to campaign. You got to keep putting it back out there, People spit it back up, regurgitate it, throw it right back at them. You know, it's a grinding process. You're going to have trials and tribulations and go through different things. But, man, just keep it 100. Keep it 100 from the grip. And I feel like we won't even have, you know, these type of situations like the Vvsnce versus Latto, because both of them super talented. I think you discredit yourself when you do things like that. And as the Bible says, man, iron sharpens iron, man. So it's like, what how could you get hurt from placing yourself in a position to challenge yourself? When you challenge yourself, you only get better. You know what I'm saying? You're only honing your skills and your skill set. You may run into a formula that you mesh very well with, you know. When it comes to rappers, they have formulas or blueprints to go by. When you listen to their song, you know that it's them because their words line up a certain way. So they start out, and once they master their blueprint, now you're doing features with other people, and you're seeing how you're sounding when you drop your voice into someone else's blueprint. Hey, it's all to make money. It's all to make money. It's all for us to win. It's all for us to come up together. You should never see doing a feature with someone as a threat to your own personal career, because it's not that. It only stimulates growth, people. Only stimulates growth. Hey, I'm going to stop talking about it, man. Like Willie D say, no more talk. But I ain't going to say that. I'm going to just say less, man. Stay positive and stay connected.